Chosen one, this is it. June 30th, 2025, your new beginning. Not just another Monday, not just another turning of the page, but the page. The one that was prophesied over your life before the world had a name for you. The one heaven kept hidden until the right frequency, the right maturity, and the right moment collided in your spirit. Listen closely. This is not a reset. This is not a rerun. This is a holy beginning. The kind that doesn't restart what was but reveals what always was. You are not going back to fix something. You are moving forward to become everything that has waited inside you. For years now, the ground beneath you has felt unsteady. Have you felt it? That ache beneath the surface, the tension between what is and what could be. You've prayed, you've waited, you've asked questions in silence that no one else heard. You've survived what should have broken you. You've walked through seasons of confusion, of delay, of closed doors that seemed too final, and yet, somehow, you didn't fold. Somehow, you kept walking. That's not coincidence. That's endurance. And June 30th, it's the reward. It's not just a date. It's a divine timestamp, a spiritual marker that says, everything before this was preparation, and everything after this, it will be acceleration. Not the kind of acceleration that overwhelms, but the kind that elevates, the kind that doesn't ask for approval, the kind that moves like prophecy fulfilled. You've carried the weight of becoming, and now heaven is handing you the wings. You are not entering this moment randomly, you are being pulled into it, pulled by assignment, pulled by divine timing, pulled by the version of you that heaven has been waiting for. And chosen one, before we go deeper into this word, I want to pause and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to every single soul who has supported this message, this movement, this ministry through super thanks. Your generosity is more than appreciated, it's anointed. You help carry this prophetic word to every corner of the world. And if you feel led to sow into this moment through super thanks today, I honor you deeply. But whether you give or not, please know this. I am grateful that your spirit is here. Just showing up, just saying yes, just staying until the end, that alone means everything. Because this isn't a performance, it's a divine appointment. And now, back to the moment we're standing in. The air around June 30th will feel charged not in a chaotic way, but in a heaven is moving way. What was once hidden will be revealed. What was once delayed will now show up fully formed. The people, the opportunities, the moments, they will not feel random. They will feel divinely orchestrated. Why? Because they are. You are no longer being moved by circumstance. You are being moved by calling. And the key to this moment is not worldly preparation, it's supernatural readiness. Readiness that says, even if I don't see it yet, my soul knows it's time. Readiness that keeps the oil in your lamp, even when the night grows long. Readiness that doesn't panic when doors open quickly, because you already made space for what's coming. As it is written in Luke 12:35, be dressed ready for service and keep your lamps burning. And chosen one, your lamp is lit, your spirit is aligned. The time is now. Before this message continues, take one breath and let this truth settle into your bones. This message is not just information, it is an activation. It's designed to unlock the space inside you where faith lives, where hope whispers, where miracles prepare to land. Stay with it until the end. Let every word be a trumpet in the spirit announcing to your future that you're ready. Write your warmest wishes and the number 999 in the comments right now. Because when we write, we create. When we speak it, we seed it. And when we expect it, we attract it. Job 22:28 reminds us, you will also declare a thing, and it will be established for you. Something supernatural begins when your expectation matches your alignment. So now, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and lean in, because this is not a normal beginning. This is the beginning that only shows up after you've survived what others didn't. This is the chapter that opens after the tears, after the silence, after the trials. You are not walking into June 30th empty-handed. You're bringing with you wisdom born from wounds, strategies shaped by storms, and a presence that only grows stronger in fire. You're not behind, chosen one. You are aligned. And June 30th is the collision point, when alignment meets acceleration, the kind that no longer whispers, the kind that declares, the time is now. God's chosen one, June 30, 2025, your new beginning. Listen. For far too long, chosen one, you've been the one who adjusted, waited, and dimmed your light to make others feel comfortable. You stayed silent just to avoid conflict, shrank your presence so others wouldn't feel threatened, and carried burdens that were never yours to hold. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what if that version of you wasn't weakness but preparation? What if every moment you chose peace over attention was actually God sharpening your discernment? That season of hiding, of holding back, is ending now. June 30th is not just a diet, is a spiritual appointment. You are not stumbling into this moment by chance. Heaven has scheduled this breakthrough with your name written in divine ink. Can you feel it? That inner pull that's been whispering lately, not loud or chaotic, but persistent. It's time. That voice isn't your imagination. That's the Holy Spirit nudging you to rise. That's the divine call stirring within your spirit, saying, move now. Have you noticed how the air feels different lately? How your dreams are more vivid, your thoughts more focused, your soul more restless? That's not random. That's alignment. The atmosphere around you has shifted because the timeline of your life has been touched by heaven, as it says in Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And chosen one, this is your time. You were never meant to blend in, even though the world tried its hardest to paint you invisible. You were never created to settle, even though your circumstances tried to lock you into mediocrity. Have you ever felt like, no matter how hard you tried to conform, something inside you resisted? That's because your DNA was written for disruption, not conformity. Your soul carries a divine frequency, and no earthly mold can contain you. Think of people like Albert Einstein, once deemed too slow, too dreamy, too strange, who later rewrote the boundaries of science. Like you, he never quite fit the system, because he was sent to change it. Now, your voice is returning, not a timid echo, but a roaring frequency aligned with heaven. Your path is clearing, your vision is sharpening. That fog you've been walking through, it's lifting. You're not just gaining clarity, you're regaining yourself. The parts of you that were buried under years of disappointment are now resurrecting. Isn't it curious how everything that once broke you is now fueling your purpose? As it is written in Isaiah 43:19, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? This isn't a recycled version of your past. This is your divine unveiling. What if I told you that your finances, your ideas, your relationships, everything's not falling apart but falling into order? You're undergoing a divine restructuring. But are you willing to let go of what's familiar to receive what's holy? Look at the life of Steve Jobs. After being ousted from his own company, he could have disappeared. But that setback birthed a new season of innovation that would change the world. Just like Jobs, your delay wasn't a denial, it was a redirection, a pruning before the bloom, a refining before the release. June 30th has been marked in the spiritual realm for you. This isn't random, It's a divine convergence. Conversations will shift. People you haven't heard from in years may suddenly reach out. Opportunities you never applied for will come knocking. Will you recognize them as divine signs or dismiss them as coincidence? You've been trained to see what others miss. You've been taught to listen beyond words. Like Joseph, who interpreted dreams in a prison before interpreting visions in a palace, your insight has been matured in obscurity. But now the palace is calling. And still, the question remains, will you step into what has always belonged to you? Will you finally believe that you don't need validation from the world to walk in heaven's assignment? As it says in Psalm 37:23, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way." You haven't missed your step, you've been following the divine blueprint all along. Even your detours were part of the map. Take encouragement from people like Vera Wang, who didn't design her first dress until the age of 40, or Samuel L. Jackson, whose major film breakthrough came at 43. Destiny doesn't run on the world's clock, it runs on God's timing. And now, the alarm has gone off. The hour is sacred. Are you awake for it? Don't be surprised when old friends no longer recognize the new frequency you carry. Don't be shocked when your preferences, your environment, your routines begin to change. That's what happens when purpose wakes up. Habakkuk 2:3 reminds us, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." This is that appointed time. This is the moment your vision begins to manifest in real, undeniable ways. And as you move, remember this truth. You are not chasing anything. You're aligning. You're not seeking approval. You've already been chosen. You are not arriving late. You're arriving right on time, just like Oprah Winfrey, once told she was unfit for television, yet destined to become one of the most powerful voices in media. Your rejection was a lie heaven never agreed with. The divine always knew who you were. So, will you trust the unfolding even if you don't recognize the path? Will you move even when others don't understand? Because heaven understands, and heaven is not confused. June 30th isn't just a chapter. It's your official entry into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. You were never behind. You were being preserved. And now, chosen one, it's your turn. Step into the spotlight that was never borrowed, only delayed. Let the world see what God has been developing in the dark. You're not becoming someone new, you're finally becoming who you really are. In this divine new beginning, clarity will not just be a bonus, it will be your compass, your anchor, your spiritual GPS. Chosen one, how many times have you begged heaven for signs? How often have you stayed in draining environments, hoping they'd change, praying someone would finally notice your worth? But what if the shift isn't in theme, it's in you? What if the breakthrough happens not when they validate you, but when you finally see yourself clearly? That's the threshold you're standing at right now. This moment is not about earning your value. It's about remembering it. Because when you awaken to your true reflection, the divine, radiant, heaven-approved version of you, everything begins to change. Your vision becomes your rhythm. Your rhythm becomes your alignment. And your alignment becomes your life. You no longer have to beg. You no longer have to explain. You no longer have to shrink. The vibration of your soul is rising and saying, "I don't chase, I align. I don't beg, I receive. I don't settle, I rise." That's not arrogance, it's accuracy, and it's spiritual law. As Jesus declared in Matthew 6:33, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." When you align with the kingdom, addition is inevitable. You don't have to run after anything. What's ordained will run to you. June 30th is carrying more than a date, it's delivering a sacred invitation. Have you noticed it? The invitation to step out of the familiar cycles, the repetitive survival patterns, the emotional loops that kept you just barely breathing but never fully living. This moment marks the shift from survival to soaring. What if the old version of you was the seed, and this new version is the bloom? You've done the internal labor. Now, you're rising into the external reward. And with that rise comes release from the need to explain your elevation, to apologize for your healing, or to downplay your glow just to fit in. Think of someone like Nelson Mandela. After decades in prison, he didn't return to the world to beg for understanding. He walked out with clarity, purpose, and peace. He didn't try to reclaim the past. He embodied the future. Like Mandela, you're not going back to who you were. You're stepping fully into who you've become, and you owe no one an explanation. The world may try to greet you with old memories, but that address has changed. You no longer live there. This version of you, the June 30th version, is not just healed, it's activated. You now understand that silence isn't passivity, it's strategy. Stillness isn't laziness, it's preparation. Trials weren't punishments, they were spiritual permissions for expansion. Have you ever wondered why you were hidden so long? Why your greatness felt delayed? It's because what you carry was never meant to be exposed prematurely. Isaiah 60:22 reminds us, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." And, chosen one, the time is right. The veil is lifting, the reveal is here. You are the unveiling. Your favor now speaks louder than your words. Your anointing now shines brighter than your actions. Your power now radiates beyond your voice. This is not exaggeration, it's elevation. Can you feel the shift in the air? That's the orbit of your life changing. You are stepping into a new alignment that is tailored, custom fit, and designed specifically for you. What's coming isn't just Bidget's exclusive. It carries your name, your energy, your calling. It cannot be transferred. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be denied. Just like Serena Williams stepped back onto the court after setbacks with undeniable dominance, your return is not casual, it's commanding. But here's the question. Will you confuse this holiness with hype? Will you second-guess what is undeniably divine simply because it doesn't look like what you imagined? Don't make the mistake of calling sacred things small. Don't call your glow too much. You've been through too much to play small now. Your pain has qualified you. Your stillness has equipped you. Your delays have anointed you. Romans 8:18 declares, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. And chosen one, that glory is now bursting forth." The world may not understand how quickly your life is shifting, but you do, because this isn't speed, it's acceleration under grace. What took others decades, God is giving you in divine moments. Like Tyler Perry, who built an empire after sleeping in his car, your struggle wasn't wasted. Like J.K. Rowling, who was rejected over and over before birthing a billion-dollar legacy, your rejection was really redirection. And like you, they didn't chase hype. They aligned with purpose. They didn't demand doors to open, they became the key. Now here you are, at the edge of everything you prayed for. The irony? You're not even trying to prove your worth anymore. You're embodying it. You're not waiting for the perfect moment. You're declaring this is it. You're not moving for applause. You're moving by assignment. Proverbs 10:22 says, "The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it." And what's coming to you next? It carries no sorrow, just favor, just ease, just destiny. You no longer move like someone trying to earn grace. You move like someone who knows they carry it, and that is the shift. That is why this season is unlike any other before it. Because this isn't your comeback, this is your becoming. What's unfolding on June 30th isn't just a shift in your circumstances. It's a spiritual earthquake, a generational turning point, a divine recalibration that was foretold in the heavens before you ever took your first breath. This is not about luck. This is not a random blessing that fell from the sky. This is prophecy fulfilled. Chosen one, have you noticed that you've been quietly breaking cycles that ran through your bloodline for decades, cycles of fear, limitation, shame, and self-sabotage? You've been disrupting generational dysfunction without shouting about it, without waiting for anyone to thank you. You're doing in silence what others couldn't even name out loud. But why now? Why you? Because the timing was reserved for the one who had the courage to walk alone if necessary, and that one is you. Have you ever wondered why your life has been so intense lately? Why the pressure feels holy, not just heavy? It's because your decisions are not just changing your story, they're rewriting your lineage. One choice: to rise, to heal, to say no more, to walk away from dysfunction, is setting a new standard for everyone who comes after you. You're not just building a life, you're building a legacy. But yes, it will cost you. It will cost you the safety of who you used to be, the old identity that once helped you survive, but now stands in the way of your expansion. You're shedding the mask, and with it, every version of yourself that was built on fear, not truth. But in return, you're being crowned with the identity of who you truly are, someone who doesn't just carry light, but is light. This isn't about being fearless, it's about walking with faith. The you that rises from this moment doesn't need every answer. You don't need to know how it will all play out. You don't need to predict every outcome. All you need is the courage to walk anyway. And chosen one, that courage has finally found you. Can you feel it? That holy fire in your chest that says, I don't need validation to move, I've already been called. That's your spirit awakening. That's the version of you that was born for this moment. On June 30th, your life will begin to carry a sound, not a noise, not a plea, but a sound, an unmistakable frequency that announces, I know who I am now. That sound will precede you. It will be felt in rooms before you arrive. It will be heard in conversations you've never been invited to. Why? Because favor always travels faster than your feet. When heaven speaks, even the silence echoes. As it says in Isaiah 55:11, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. The divine decree over your life is being fulfilled, and no human interference can stop what heaven already approved. Think of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He carried a sound not just in his voice, but in his life. His words echoed through generations, but it was his obedience that birthed the shift. Like you, he wasn't moved by applause, he was moved by assignment. And that same spiritual courage is awakening in you. You may not be marching in the streets, but in the spirit, your obedience is making just as much noise. This is not your breaking season, chosen one. This is your birthing season. You are being born into the highest version of your story, the one that no one else can fulfill. Have you ever looked back and seen how every pain, delay, and closed door was leading you here? You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are right on time. Because divine assignments do not run on earthly clocks, they run on alignment. And right now, your steps are aligning with a season you were always meant to carry. Jeremiah 1:5 declares, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. That means this season was never in doubt. You've always been set apart. The world just wasn't ready to see it, but now it's too visible to hide. You've outgrown the disguise of limitation. Think of Maya Angelou's voice, silenced by trauma in childhood, later became one of the most powerful literary and spiritual instruments of her generation. She wasn't broken by her story, she birthed beauty from it. That's exactly what you're doing. You're no longer haunted by your past, you're harvesting from it. The very things that tried to destroy you are now being repurposed as tools of your greatness. That's not just healing. That's anointing. Every step you take from this point forward is no longer ordinary. It's ordered. You're not moving randomly. You're moving prophetically. As it's written in Psalm 37:23, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way." That includes you. Heaven is not confused about your path. You are right where you need to be, even if the road feels unfamiliar. Let the story of Viola Davis remind you. Her early life was marked by poverty, abuse, and deep trauma. Yet she rose, not just as an actress, but as a voice for justice, dignity, and truth. She embodies what it means to break chains silently and rewrite legacies with purpose. Just like you, she didn't ask for the spotlight, it found her because she owned her identity. That's what June 30th will do for you. It will shine a light so undeniable that even your enemies will have to admit you were chosen for this. June 30th is not just a shift in your life, it's a shift in your soul. You are no longer begging for transformation, you are becoming it. You don't need a platform to be powerful. You don't need a title to be anointed. Your presence alone will carry the confirmation. This is not performance, it's presence. The kind that parts waters, the kind that breaks chains, the kind that rearranges rooms just by entering them. 1 Peter 2:9 reminds you, "But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." You are not common, you are not replaceable, you are called out, you are crowned, and you are stepping into that light now. So let me ask you this. Will you keep waiting for someone to give you permission? Will you realize God already did? Will you keep tiptoeing around your destiny? Will you walk boldly through the door that's been opened just for you? June 30th, 2025 is not just a day on the calendar. It is your crossing point, your divine entrance, your spiritual coronation. You didn't endure all that pain just to survive. You endured so you could thrive in the fullness of what's already yours. And finally, remember Oprah Winfrey once said, "Understand that the right to choose your own path is a sacred privilege. Use it. Dwell in possibility. That possibility is here. That privilege is yours. And that path, it starts on June 30th. Step through the door, chosen one. You're not just being acknowledged, you're being activated." June 30th marks more than just a date, it marks a spiritual activation. It is the moment when the waiting ends and the walking begins. Chosen one, you are no longer circling around promises, you are now walking straight into them. You are stepping into the very answers that once only existed in whispered prayers, in late-night tears, in the quiet ache of longing that made you wonder, will it ever be my time? And now it is. But this isn't just the fulfillment of a request, it's the unveiling of a purpose. This isn't simply an arrival, it's a revelation. And you are the revelation. Can you feel the divine spotlight shifting toward you? The world is not just seeing what you do, they are about to encounter who you are. How long have you been preparing for this moment, even when you didn't realize it? All those nights spent in solitude, all those private battles that strengthened your spirit, all the quiet lessons no one applauded, none of it was wasted. Those hidden seasons were your consecration, they were your training ground. Luke 8:17 says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." Everything that was developed in you behind closed doors is now being brought to the forefront, not by noise, but by presence. Your decisions will speak. Your energy will shift rooms. Your alignment will be your announcement. You've become a quiet, storm-steady, powerful, precise, the kind of force that doesn't need to scream to be felt. Have you noticed how your presence now does the talking? That's because you've stepped into alignment with heaven's blueprint, and once you know who you are, the world must recalibrate around you. You are no longer bending to fit into old molds, you're breaking them entirely. You're not just starting a new project or turning a new page, you're becoming something rare, something sacred. And rare things are often misunderstood. Some people will cheer for this new version of you. Others will become uncomfortable, unsure of how to interact with someone they can no longer define. And, yes, some will distance themselves. Why? Because elevation requires separation, and the cost of becoming chosen is sometimes being lonely. But don't shrink to be palatable. Don't apologize for becoming the answer when others only knew the problem. Like Jesus returning to his hometown, you may find that some who once knew you can no longer recognize you, but that doesn't make your transformation any less holy. Look at someone like Lady Gaga. She reinvented herself through purpose and vision, again and again, often misunderstood, criticized and questioned. But she never apologized for her uniqueness. She never diluted her gift to be digestible. And today, she's not just a performer, she's a movement. You're doing the same. The new beginning you're walking into is not about being understood. It's about being unapologetically aligned with your purpose. You are no longer required to stay in patterns just to be accepted. You are no longer obligated to revisit roles you've outgrown. Isn't it exhausting trying to stay small in spaces you've spiritually outgrown? Your soul is too expansive for what used to feel comfortable, and this next chapter doesn't require the old you. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come." June 30th is the spiritual timestamp of your rebirth. Your transformation is not theoretical, it's visible. This version of you, the one who trusts their intuition, honors their peace, and walks in silent authorities, not ahead of their time. You are the time. You are the answered prayer of someone who came before you. You are the evidence of generational elevation. But elevation brings responsibility. You're no longer here to please people. You're here to honor your path. Can you carry the weight of being misunderstood for a while if it means staying faithful to your truth? Because the truth is, your time in waiting wasn't passive, it was purposeful. You were being refined, sharpened, recalibrated. And now you're magnetic to divine things, not because you're chasing them, but because your frequency finally matches them. Look at Keanu Reeves. Known for his quiet nature, humility, and loyalty to his craft, he built a legacy not through drama or popularity, but through authenticity. Like you, he didn't need to shout. His life became the message. And yours is becoming one too. You no longer chase validation. You trust your inner knowing. You no longer seek permission. You walk in your assignment. So, now what? Now that you've crossed the threshold of awareness, what will you do with this power? You can't go back, not because they won't welcome you, but because your spirit no longer fits the room. You can't find peace in the past. You'll only find power in the present. This moment, June 30th, your sacred shift. And in this shift, your power will begin to speak louder than your voice ever could. Proverbs 18:16 reminds us, "A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men." Your gift, long overlooked, is now rising. Your name is being spoken in rooms where you've never stepped foot. Your vision is being remembered in places where it was once mocked. Not because you altered your gift, but because you remained loyal to it. That's what God rewards: loyalty to the call, even when the crowd is silent. Think of Chadwick Boseman. He carried his calling with dignity, even in silence, even while suffering. And yet the legacy he left was one of power, purpose, and transcendence. His silence was not weakness, it was strategy. And like him, your silence was your refinement, your strategy, your training. And now that strategy is becoming steps. Not steps based on hype or external pressure, but steps birthed from divine alignment. June 30th is not your moment to explain yourself. It's your moment to execute. You're not here to debate your destiny, you're here to fulfill it. And every door you step through, every conversation that comes your way, every opportunity that shows up, it's not by accident, it's been orchestrated by heaven. Psalm 121:8 declares, "The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore." That includes every step you take after this. So, chosen one, will you still ask for permission? Will you walk through the door that's already open? Will you shrink back to be relatable, rise to be revelatory? Will you spend time explaining to people who don't have the capacity to understand? Will you keep moving and let the fruit of your life speak for itself? You didn't come this far just to be accepted. You came to be activated. You didn't survive all that hardship just to live quietly. You endured it all to thrive loudly. Your silence built the foundation. Your discernment shaped the path. And now, your steps are turning into movement. Movement into a future you no longer have to imagine because it's already begun. You are the future walking in real time. So walk, chosen one. Walk boldly. Walk silently. Walk without needing approval. Because the power rising within you, it doesn't need to be explained. It just needs to be lived. Everything about June 30th is signaling something far greater than a simple change of pace. It is a total recalibration of your external reality to finally mirror the transformation that's already taken place within you. Chosen one, this is not a moment of subtle improvement. This is a holy unveiling. You're no longer adjusting your presence to make others comfortable. You're aligning with your truth, your assignment, and your higher calling. You're not overcompensating to be accepted anymore. You are commanding your space, not through force, but through certainty. You're not explaining your light or softening your shine. You are expanding, taking up the spiritual and physical territory that was always reserved for you. Have you ever felt like the world asked you to apologize for growing, to explain why you've changed? That pressure is gone now. Why? Because June 30th isn't seasonal, it's spiritual. This is not some fleeting wave of good energy. This is holy timing. This is divine activation. And when holy timing touches your life, the rules change. You don't need applause. You don't need a crowd. You don't need confirmation from those who once misunderstood you. All you need is obedience. Are you willing to honor what is awakening in you, even if it unsettles those who once felt comfortable with your silence? Look at Jesus as an example. When he stepped fully into his mission, even those closest to him became confused, resistant, or afraid. But he didn't backtrack for their approval. He moved forward with holy authority. John 2:4 records Jesus saying, "My hour has not yet come." But when it did, when that divine hour arrived, he stepped into it with no hesitation. June 30th is your hour. Will you walk into it boldly? This next chapter will challenge the places you once used to hide, the spaces you once tiptoed through. They will now demand your full presence. The parts of your life that you kept dimmed in fear, they are now being illuminated by divine fire. And this fire is not here to destroy you, it's here to define you. You no longer lead with fear. You lead with fire, fire in your soul, fire in your purpose, fire in your direction. Have you ever dimmed your light just to avoid the smoke it caused in others? Have you ever silenced your truth to keep peace that wasn't even real? That time is over. Now, when the smoke rises, you don't panic, you let it rise. Because your clarity is stronger than their confusion. Your obedience is louder than their opinion. And your fire is not here for show, it's here to build. Jeremiah 29 says, "His word was in my heart like a burning fire shut up in my bones. I was weary of holding it back, and I could not." That's what this fire is doing to you now. It won't let you hide anymore. Think about Malala Yousafzai for simply speaking truth, but she didn't shrink back. She rose, lit with clarity and purpose, and the world had to adjust to her voice. That's the kind of fire you now carry. And fire doesn't apologize. Fire transforms. This next chapter doesn't need your hesitation. It needs your full embodiment. It doesn't need your perfection. It needs your participation. The newness that's arriving doesn't ask if you feel worthy. It assumes that you know who you are. But here's the question. Will you delay because you're still waiting to feel ready? Or will you take the next step simply because your spirit says it's time? You don't need to know every detail. You don't need to have a 5-year plan mapped out. You just need to move forward. The same spirit that brought you through your darkest nights will guide you through your brightest days. Psalm 119, 105 declares, "Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path." Not a floodlight for your future, but a lamp for your next step. That's all you need. Look at someone like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rejected from the NFL, broke, and at rock bottom literally, but he didn't stop moving. He trusted the next step. And that step led to a global platform, not just of fame, but of influence, impact, and legacy. Like him, you are not walking blind, you are walking with favor. Trust that your feet have already been ordered by heaven. Trust that the path ahead was being carved while you were still healing. Your trauma didn't cancel your destiny, it qualified you for it. The pain wasn't a detour, it was a holy preparation. The rejection wasn't proof you weren't enough, it was proof God was making room for something greater. Romans 8:28 confirms, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." All things, yes, even that thing you never speak of. You've become someone who finally sees it. You recognize that rejection was redirection, that endings were entrances, that silence was strategy, that heartbreak was sacred training, that detours were divine. Isn't it beautiful how much clearer life becomes when you stop resisting the process and start trusting the purpose? Think of Bethany Hamilton, the pro surfer who lost her arm in a shark attack but returned to compete at the highest level. She could have given up, she could have become bitter, but instead, she became more powerful, more focused, and more inspiring. What tried to take her out only intensified her impact. Like her, you're no longer defined by what broke you. You are defined by what birthed you through it. And now, you are not just walking into a new day, you are walking into the full expression of your divine capacity. You are not here to perform, you are here to embody. You don't need to become someone else, you need to fully become you. Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus, so we can do the good things He planned for us long ago." You are that masterpiece, and your divine assignment is waiting for your yes. So, chosen one, will you say yes without needing the full map? Will you move without needing the masses to understand? Will you show up without needing applause? Because what's ahead of you doesn't require the trauma of who you were, it only needs the truth of who you've become. You've outgrown the need to convince anyone. You've surpassed the era of proving yourself. You are now in the season of demonstration, and that demonstration will speak louder than anything you could ever say. The vibration of your life will say it for you. You're not stepping into possibility anymore. You're stepping into inevitability. It's not if it will happen, it's now. It begins. So don't stall, don't shrink, don't apologize. The reset is here. The fire is burning, the path is clear, and chosen one, you are more than ready. You're already walking in it. You are walking into a realm you once only imagined, into favor, into fulfillment, into a future that no longer intimidates you because, for the first time, it feels like home. Chosen one, can you feel the difference already? The path ahead, though unfamiliar, no longer triggers fear. Why? Because it carries the frequency of destiny. Where you once felt out of place, you now feel aligned. Where people once felt random or draining, now each connection carries purpose, weight, and divine meaning. You are stepping into a chapter where the heavy becomes holy, where the very ideas that used to feel like a burden are now honored as sacred assignments. Think about how many seasons did you spend wondering if the delays in your life meant you were falling behind? How many times did you hear no and let it bruise your spirit? But now, you can see what you couldn't see back then. Those denials weren't rejections, they were divine redirections. That slow season wasn't punishment, it was protection. Genesis 50:20 reminds us, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done." The pain protected the promise. Every door that didn't open preserved the path to the one that was always meant for you. So when everything begins to shift quickly after June 30th, don't panic. Don't hesitate when doors swing open before you even knock. Don't overanalyze your blessings or try to make sense of favor. You've been conditioned to think breakthrough must be earned through pain. But what if grace is allowed to arrive without struggle? What if the preparation was enough? Walk through those doors with peace. Speak your truth without apology. Show up fully, even if your voice shakes. This time, opportunity is not testing your readiness, it's responding to it. Think of Chadwick Boseman. Before the world knew him as the Black Panther, he prepared in silence, suffered quietly, but moved with divine precision. His breakthrough wasn't luck, it was legacy. Like him, you're not stepping into something new. You're becoming something necessary. The oil on your life is not for decoration, it is for activation. Your waiting matured you. Your obedience shaped you. And the hunger you feel right now, that's not desperation, it's destiny calling your name. Will you answer? Your voice is needed. Not just your words, but your frequency. Your very energy shifts atmospheres. Your presence revives what's stale, restores what's dying, reawakens what's been forgotten. Have you ever wondered why you never fully fit anywhere? Why you always felt slightly out of sync, even in rooms where everyone else seemed comfortable? It's because you weren't designed to fit in. You were born to lead. You weren't made to echo. You were built to set the tone. Deuteronomy 28:13 says, "And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail." You were never meant to follow trends, you're here to transform systems. Look at someone like Elon Musk. His ideas were too strange, too far ahead for most. But he didn't water down his vision. He followed it, and now the world follows him. You're stepping into that same rhythm, not to become famous, but to become faithful to what God planted in you. This new beginning requires a new pace. You are no longer sprinting to catch up to others. You are walking in step with your own divine timeline. You're not comparing. You're celebrating your uniqueness. You're not striving. You're finally receiving. Receiving isn't passive. It's sacred. In this posture of receptivity, you are not just surviving, you're building a new rhythm, building a legacy. Building spaces where your soul no longer gasps for air but breathes freely. You're done surviving on scraps of approval. You're no longer begging for a place at someone else's table. You're sitting at a new one, and this time, you're not just a guest. You're the honored one. The seat is already prepared. The feast has already been laid out. You are walking into a season where you don't just eat, you own the table. Take Michelle Obama as a reminder. She didn't arrive by force. She arrived by being fully, unapologetically herself. And in doing so, she redefined leadership, grace, and legacy. Like her, you don't need to imitate anyone else to walk in power. Your light is enough. Your presence is enough. Your truth is enough. And in this chapter, your light will not be questioned, it will be respected. Your voice will not be silenced, it will be sought after. Your very existence will shift dynamics wherever you go. You will walk into rooms where people don't just see you, they feel you. They may not understand what's different, but they'll know something has changed, because something has. Isaiah 60:1 declares, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." That's what June 30th is, your arising, your stepping into alignment, your full arrival into a life that no longer lags behind your calling. The two have caught up with each other, and every cell in your body will feel the shift. You won't have to believe for it anymore, you'll be living in it. Let me ask you, are you willing to stop over explaining yourself to people who were never assigned to understand you? Are you ready to stop tiptoeing around your greatness to protect others from feeling small? Are you ready to let go of past identities that were only meant to carry you through the waiting, not into the promise? Because what's ahead of you will not look like what you left behind. It will be lighter, brighter, freer, and it will feel like you, the real you, the one who always knew they were chosen, the one who endured quietly but prepared faithfully, the one who knew this moment would come by accident, but by alignment. Your life is no longer lagging behind your calling. It's finally caught up. You are no longer dreaming about the life you want. You are embodying the life you were born for. And that difference, that internal click where everything feels right, even if it's new, even if it's big, that's not ego. That's God. That's holy alignment. That's prophetic timing. Every room you walk into from this point forward will shift because your frequency is no longer the same. Your presence now speaks before you say a word. Your energy now introduces you as someone who has survived storms, not to prove a point, but to carry power. Chosen one, you are no longer entering spaces hoping to be accepted. You are stepping in as the atmosphere. Every word you speak is saturated with the spiritual weight of someone who didn't just make it through but came out refined, elevated, and divinely realigned. This is not the end of your journey. It's the activation of your legacy. And legacy doesn't wait to be noticed. It makes impact whether anyone is clapping or not. Have you ever asked yourself why applause was never enough to satisfy you? Why surface success left you feeling hollow? It's because your soul was never wired for popularity. It was designed for purpose. And purpose doesn't seek permission. Purpose moves things. Proverbs 18:21 tells us, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Your words now carry the voltage of someone who has walked through valleys others couldn't survive. You're not speaking from theory, you're speaking from fire-tested truth. And that kind of truth doesn't need hype. It carries authority. Look at Harriet Tubman. She didn't have status. She didn't wait for validation. She just followed her divine instructions, again and again, risking her life to free others. She wasn't looking for applause. She was creating a legacy. And so are you. Your rise is not loud because of ego. It's loud because of obedience. You are finally walking in what you were born for, without fear, without delay, without shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You are here, and that changes everything. For years, you may have felt like you were falling behind, like everyone else was getting ahead, getting picked, getting opportunities. But what if I told you that wasn't failure rate, was divine positioning? The delay you experienced wasn't a step back, it was the setup for your leap. Chosen one, every time it looked like nothing was happening, everything was being orchestrated. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "Though the vision tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come." You weren't being denied. You were being delivered to the exact location heaven had mapped out for you. The delay was always alignment. It slowed you down just enough so you wouldn't miss the exact moment your divine window opened. And now that window isn't just near, it's here. June 30th is that opening. It's not just a moment to cross a finish line. It's the realization that you were the race all along. The pace, the journey, the challenge, the endurance was never about beating someone else. It was about becoming who you are now. And that's the prize, the transformation, the identity, the clarity, the unshakable knowing that you are no longer waiting to become you already are. Think of someone like Viola Davis. Her journey wasn't fast or easy. There were rejections, long seasons of being overlooked. But in the process, she became undeniable. And so have you. That's what June 30th is unveiling, not just your readiness, but your undeniability. You no longer have to chase anything, not recognition, not affection, not success. What is yours knows where to find you, because it was always meant for you. And now you understand. You were never behind. You were always being set ahead, quietly, strategically, divinely. That's why you no longer have to apologize for your standards. The ones who couldn't meet them weren't meant to walk this part of your journey. You don't have to dim your energy to be digestible. The people assigned to you will recognize your frequency. And you definitely don't have to explain your truth to those committed to misunderstanding you. You are not here to prove. You are here to embody. Isaiah 62:12 declares, "They will be called the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord, and you will be called sought after, the city no longer deserted." You are no longer unseen. You are being sought after. Not because you're trying to be found, but because your transformation demands a response. And indeed, the universe has heard you. Every silent prayer, every hidden cry, every moment you kept going, when it would have been easier to quit, none of it went unnoticed. Heaven has confirmed you. The assignment has been stamped, and now the earth must respond to you. Doors will open without effort. People will be drawn without explanation. Opportunities will arise without manipulation. Why? Because your spiritual signature has become magnetic to what matches your mantle. Think about Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks. He didn't come from wealth or legacy. He came from struggle, but he carried a vision on that many didn't understand at first. And yet, his persistence shifted global culture. Likewise, your vision may have seemed too different, too bold, too early, but now the world is catching up to what you've already carried. So, chosen one, are you ready to walk like you're already confirmed? Are you willing to stop asking for signs and start being the signal? Are you ready to stop wondering why me and start declaring yes, me? Because June 30th is not about proving a point. It's about owning your position. You are no longer the one waiting to be seen. You are the one who moves as if heaven has already spoken, because it has. Romans 8:19 says, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." You are that revelation. You are not a coincidence. You are not an accident. You are a strategic answer to a generational question, and the world is waiting to feel what only your vibration can release. So step in not with hesitation, but with honor, with reverence, with boldness. Because this isn't about how loud you are, it's about how aligned you are. And when alignment meets timing, legacy is inevitable. You're not just here to leave an impression, you're here to leave an imprint. And that imprint will echo far beyond you, not because of your title or status, but because of your truth. Chosen one, this is your legacy era. Walk in it, speak with it, live from it. The prize is not out there somewhere. The prize is who you've become. And the world is about to see it, because you are finally ready to be it. Beloved, as we close this powerful chapter, let it be known deep within your spirit. You are no longer orbiting confusion, delay, or survival. You are stepping into a whole new gravitational field zone that pulls you toward clarity, healing, abundance, and purpose. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine alignment. Your frequency has shifted, And because of that, your entire world is about to rise to meet the new vibration you've chosen to live in. Chosen one, this is your turning point. And no, it doesn't require everything around you to be perfect. It simply requires you to say yes. Yes to your healing, yes to your assignment, yes to walking in divine confidence, not fear. The real shift isn't happening outside of you. It's happening within you, and that internal transformation will ripple into every corner of your external world. Your relationships, your opportunities, your conversations, your energy, they will all start responding to the new standard you've embraced. Have you noticed it? That you no longer tolerate what once drained you, that you no longer hide to be loved or shrink to be accepted, that you're beginning to see yourself clearly, perhaps for the first time in your life. That is not arrogance. That is the evidence of awakening. You are no longer living from wounds, you are leading from wisdom. This shift activates the moment you stop idolizing your struggle and start honoring your survival. The moment you stop replaying the pain and start owning the power it unlocked. Because while the world applauds endurance, God crowns transcendence. And you, chosen one, are transcending. The version of you that was created to survive hardship was strong, yes, but the version of you that's rising now, that version is unstoppable. That version isn't just here to make it through the storm. That version is the storm, moving with precision, faith, and fire. You no longer need to wait for someone to light the way for you. The light is not coming from outside sources anymore. It's bursting out of you. You've always carried it hidden, quiet, sacred, but life tried to smother it with expectations, disappointments, and environments that could never fully hold you. You dimmed yourself for the sake of connection. You shrank your ideas to make others comfortable. You wrapped yourself in silence so no one would feel threatened by your greatness. But now, that time is over. Now, you are being called to rise above the fog of familiarity, above the fear of being misunderstood, above the limits that never truly belong to you. This is your permission to glow without guilt. This is your invitation to shine without shrinking. This is your declaration that you are not just stepping into the next season of your life, you are stepping into the truest version of yourself. And in that space, anything is possible. To all of you who have walked with me through this message, thank you. Thank you for listening not just with your ears, but with your spirit. Thank you for allowing these words to be a mirror, a map, and a confirmation of what God has already whispered to your soul. If you've felt seen, understood, or strengthened today, know this. It's because you were meant to be here. This message didn't find you by accident. It was sent to you. And if you feel led to support the continuation of messages like this, you can donate through Super Thanks below. Your gift, no matter the size, helps keep this divine flow alive and reaching more chosen ones around the world. But whether you choose to give or not, please hear this. I'm already grateful for you. Your presence matters. Your spirit is felt. Your agreement with truth is a donation of its own. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking in purpose. Thank you for saying yes to becoming. And now, I speak blessings over you. May every word of this message awaken the power you forgot you carried. May doors open that no man can shut. May your energy remain protected, your spirit remain bold, and your purpose unfold with divine ease. May clarity chase you, may peace crown you, may favor follow you in every direction. And above all, may you never, ever shrink again. You are the light. You are the shift. You are the revelation the world has been waiting for. Type 999 in the comments if this was for you. And walk boldly, chosen one. Your season is not coming. It's here.